any Inshira FM. In the Mugina, some of my cinema, my boy, educating, and Mudiru. I say, so your past presidents and the presents are what you said, may found also in Shia. Your founding president. I am Mr. President Yao Frimpong, name Esquire, Ekayamwa. You may take it to I am Okayam, Unyamre, and the Maya. Or Hinaba or Boku, and you say, but also high. No about Sasso. We are sure I'm perfect. But sorry. Okay. Dr. Lord Moffat, and Jepun. Wow. Dr. So anyhow. And then maybe the girls will take me for the baby at home, so trying to organize a lot of things for us. Yeah, presents. No, not has to say all those sorry. And the vice president, Karen, Oba Victoria, Frimpong, Oba Mofefo, I'm so sorry. On another one, and then it's me. I hear on the secretary, Manuel Swanson, and the financial controller, NAPO Abuaji, the massive the research and the communications director, also, and the Emmanuel Ejiri, Emmanuel Asipa, and fine, we need kind of start saying, it's me a baby. Oh, sister, myself, and you refuse. And also, any Oba president at Inyam, it had Jim Pat, so what the announcement the Jim. If I every swing, the Baba introduced me a guest of honor, and yet Dr. Matthew Popo Prepe. He is a distinguished Ghanaian statesman and a global leader in education and energy reform. He's a former Minister for Education and Minister for Energy of the Republic of Ghana and a long-serving Member of Parliament whose exceptional leadership and him election as a presidential running mate in Ghana's 2004 elections. A medical director by training, Dr. Prempe holds academic and leadership credentials from the University of Kwame Nkrumah Science and Technology, Erasmus University and Harvard Kennedy School, and he is a recipient of Harvard Ministerial Medal of Achievement. He led informative international reforms, including Ghana's free senior high education policy and the country's energy transition framework, expanded across sustainability, innovation, and opportunities for millions. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our guest, Dr. Matthew Prepe.
Ghana, Dr. Kwame and the Krakaya, or say, language their identity, language their culture, language their way of life of a certain people. See, when you say, give money to Ghana, if you say, you're proof, okay, what the China days are. China, they are buying. We may buy or say for over 100 or 200 Chinese languages, they are adopting a stream of Mandarin. And we are maintaining the language of instruction. And I can. But look at China, we will largest import English language speakers. Everywhere. They never focus on China, only go from one China. Because any masters or Amsterdam, Dutch, very, very proud people, English one in China. Because Germany, they have English masters and PhD. If you say, Ukraine is a language, a difficult thing. Apart from it being a people's culture and identity, it's a means of communicating, which is slightly different. It's like that before being cassette, you know how to make a cassette and teaching. That's what I'm teaching. That's not teaching. Well, teaching, who's all catching and answering. But what you will be to make catching, they put you in the if you got on the marketer, who catch you everything you made it. But you could be a one hour to say. Two different things are local language of instruction and the language of communication, and that's what the daily language are very different. The problem in Ghana is that language is well fought in our Ghana. You don't catch. I can't get language. I can't a group of people. Omu language and a chi. I think there's a difference. A big belief is that even in Sema, a part of the chi languages. A big belief is that Fanti. You can Fanti chi, a Kriabin chi, Asante chi. There are different strains. And then it is about for coming up with your wife, I say Asante chi. Asante again. I am performing that for political identity. It is a book I have here. And performing Asante for our country. Said they performing at the UK as an identifiable political group, but the book English. The language, Irish. The language, Scottish. The language, Welsh. In fact, English is good. Because we are there at Newcastle, cardiology. And I'm a professor that consulting room. And a nurse number, crying number, maybe buy a patient. But we buy a casa there 15 minutes. Professor, with your my there. Professor, I have the paper. I'm going to go and test you, go and test you, go and test you. But I'm going to play, that president said, no, I'm going to buy it, what's the same? That's the problem, my teaching was Mr. Plantation. Test them is not quiet. Or come back, the next, I'll take us out. If you have now for yourself, come back. It's in language, instruction, communication, they're totally different. It's in problem to more pleasant memory. Or decided, said the Chinese will decide it. Second, in fact, on University of Cambridge, there was a whole department for account. Public one decided, said, Ghana, we are for the Kassan, we did the Kasaba for account for tree. Ebui. We have a particular problem in this country. Near Madame Florence, or say, radio station, probably in Kanomi, the profundity of chicken, they cook a profound language, it's even here. The language identifies people and makes them very, very proud. If before you think about imposing one language on a multi-ethnic, multi-tribal, multilingual country like Ghana, one has to be very, very careful. Now, people are there. I saw you when they buy. So kasa bebree. Ɛnso so deɛ aka ne sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ obi wɔ hɔ a ɔkyerɛkyerɛ. Nti bɛtumi aka twi wɔ hɔ no nti bɛtumi akyerɛ hɔ a anaasɛ wɔawie na wɔabɛtumi aka nkurɔfo aka ho a. That is the problem we have in this country. Deɛ ɔdodoɔ no ka na ɛte aseɛ no, ebi nka ɛte aseɛ. Nti kɔyɛ Minister of Education na policy abɛto yɛ yɛsɛ fɛ bi local language prof na ɔbɛte aseɛ. Sɛ fɛ bi local language. In fact, air starting no sɛ fɛ no mother tongue instruction. Ɔmo sɛ ɔmo ntumi define the mother tongue in the Ghanaian classroom. After say for the local language. And we moving from mother tongue to our local language. Local language is there. Language of the playground. Be a minister. Not paramoxis means actually about cabinet. Say language like each study with the school or the local language in the bar, but because of the end of the in fact, it nearly brought two people together here to the war. And I'm catching the president said, so there are professors at the university, actual documents, no Ghana, says, local language policy, whom to be applied for majority of Ghana classrooms. And it's true. The way I am today, now we're square back. Now we're teaching or China, so take us on teacher on take us I am Eka. Ekolano, we be a Casa Wukawino, a different. It will be a Casa Pen in French. And together, I can't go, we bring Canopy. Oh, we are local language. Oh, say, your French Colano, KG1, KG2, private 1, private 2, private 3, a true primary 4. Yes, I'm for English, and they're going because we don't have Ghana has over 40 languages. The basic 2020, not only 9, and the other said GBC for GBC TV, it's really Kasao. 9. Never come any Kasabia or Ghana, the friend of Hausa. There's no ethnic or tribal grouping in Ghana, Hausa. And Hausa, Nigerians are the public free Nigeria, the can't Ghana. No Muzogo, the Coca Hausa. As for the 9 languages that they are proving from 1957, they channel GTV1, GBC1, GBC2, and then not Hausa, the come. It's a young language now, as I can live. Yeah, they said the aspirations are here coming. English, every day I come in the crack and say Latin. First, who's the language of science? Then Latin. Language of aristocrats? Then French. Commonest language was English. And the English, I guess they don't hear. In fact, because we don't say don't speak vernacular. Some people speak their church. Don't speak vernacular here. It is interesting. So the definition of vernacular and the language for the common people in an area. That's the definition. As a general, English now, the actual, but when we consider English, we say vernacular. As we say English, and yet only an identity for a certain people, the Englishman. It is not only the way of life for the English. It is a common language of communication around the world. Unfortunately, what's happening more Azerbaijan? Quite a bit like on the campus. Africa world, the two have the popular country, the campus, all over the world. It will make us say English language is the same. Don't find out language of instruction. You can't. Because for Germany, there are no more proud people than all our Germans who start English at the age of 6. For Holland. For China, everybody is going there. Not because of no one proud. Very proud people like the Chinese, like the Japanese, like the South Koreans. But English has emerged as international language of international business, international geography, aviation, computing, English, and they are standardized. So, as much as I agree with you, we have to use modern tools to achieve the same thing you want us to achieve. About 2 months ago, now we were London. I was back on top. I did a share as well. I said, the thing is, I feel very uncomfortable. The many people said, what is about and translating instant language is very nice. It will touch us. Now, they are moved as well. Now, there's only English to cheat. They are want to cheat. Now, there's only English to cheat. They're going to work English, but they want to also English. That is where we need our experts. Because in building Wikipedia and encyclopedia and translation apps, we need our intellectuals to be around the table. Yes, our person now is not China, Japanese Russia, Chinese Russia. If we do that, I don't know China. So, what India and English? Obi over here English from our own Tisakasa. Because Jamaica and English, almost at a part and our English language. There are more non-native English-speaking people than English people. That is the same thing with our chief. And so we have to think about it. And then, far forward, we are a language app for translation. We have to put our brilliant minds together to help in the development of those applications. Offer publication through of our aircraft Macedonia. Now, you don't need to publish in a book. If that's how we try to publish in a book, we will try to the action. The book. Now, say, let's see UNESCO for accepting people. Maybe a minister that we in charge of UNESCO. Who call UNESCO? You see UNESCO 50 years. Then they can take out and they can take the picture UNESCO. Never. If I did 50 years, then I don't know what's a second. No, but you know, massive, can you know what's a second? But what was this? There is the district where Kente comes from. People are using modern language and encyclopedias and Wikipedias to redefine where Kente comes from. Obi aka children my Bakobo every mamono Ashanti Wonye Kente Yemi Ubido Kwambo. It tells you straight where Kente is. But Kente, they were dispute on. Why? Our intellectuals are writing. If you don't write, if you don't publish, you perish. It's using modern methods and also internet work. And we'll be a journalist. To go internet work. We'll be a cabin. You also want to what's our like a truth here. That's what can I do tour. Maybe I'll be there as a full job or translated from internet maybe and also the area. I said because internet work. As a phone groups be almost themselves from open floor radio. It could be a machine on Chas and offer. Yeah, right, the day machine. But you all come and then they don't pay. That's what we do because of promoting cheap. Because we have correction factors, we say correcting fully. They are correcting because the ever should be. KNUS and the activity lessons the came yesterday as a son. What's that say? It's kind of the Yakoka said and performing percent they can't learn the history from say obviously starting from 79. The intellectuals are very, very correct. So what Ghana have, the according Minister of Education. Who was free from the heart. The first name by the Industrial Science and Technology was by Act 8. Act 8, you know, a government who was CDP aligned. And then they take 2 private. Because before private, tech had already been established at Alabama College of Technology. Big one. na sɛ deɛ tokɔ nokɔ na ayɛ yɛ a adɛn no deɛ wɔkɔ mmɔden te sɛ mbɛdima te sɛ afɔmbidi yɛtumi fa university nto adɛn no bi te sɛ abɛtsei the first person ɔno ade no sika ɛstarte American Rights Protection Society yɛtumi ɔnam adɛn sɛ background who was not a politician who saw that because of taxation the Abofo CCA and formed United Gold Coast Convention. I don't think we are invested in. So if we are going to descend into pettiness, me I mean that Pokwa Mouth, I'm not from here, or the one who but in the Sika, that training of one day and the sea is still professional studies. I buy Sika, I buy Sika in you. Akɔnya 70 ɛna aban bi di firi ne nsam ɔnyɛ aban bi wada ɛnyɛ aban sika wɔ ne sie ɔkɔpɛ ne kurom akɔnya adi a obi si ɔte ase ɔwɔ tumi ɔyɛ aban to agye afiri ne nsam sɛ aban bi bɛ ɔka sɛ a yɛakye yɛmfa ma ɔbi na mmom yɛmfa university ntoa na bɔne bɛn ɛna aban no ayɛ yɛmpɛ no pɛ that's the Ghana and no kind of cry. I said, when? I said, it is in the middle of the white. It never said that Ghana history from 1979. But to open up the social history, all one social language, I believe that we are striving to make an identity called Ghana. And Ghana will never be prosperous if the individual or constituent parts don't prosper. The second area, I will say all the constituent parts of Ghana, I will say big. Will be to itself in the nation, and will be to itself before the nation, and will be out to the level. It is a main element of several one that came with the atmosphere who are Ghana. It's the experiment I have for around. Actually, about the back, about you got to go there for you. Lectures now, I can't actually, what was I telling you? Hey, Obasa, it's Ghana. Obedience to be remember example. One of the defining precedents for Ghana's independence was a router. Businessmen, no politician. Businessmen, ASR router. Against the colonial master. This is about taxes. The 28th February round, Sergeant Ajeti, Niana Kamache, and therefore of their names. Women are starting to hire into two everywhere. And they started agitation. The main road in Accra, from High Street to Accra, the 28th February road. Abel was seen by an AM boss. It was only 28 February road and they are two campaign. So with me so busy today. But other than 28 February road now which is it's still the middle of the wise time. Maybe I said that history in 1983. So I tell them that history in the free university. Oh, it is not good. Say, a second year, and was said, there will be out to the year of one day and one contributed to Ghana. And then, you recognize it. And yes, sir. And yes, sir. But say, they're both sorry. Also, free something movement. I buy this kind of movement before that you Ghana. People will start agitating for separateness. And it will not be good for Ghana. Tree speaking people are everywhere. But other tree speaking people don't cry. Like I said, look of a fancy tree. And they are tree for you and they are on. When you also couple of tree, also that's why they're opening. Kofa, Komuchi, and now a sinful tree, and now a suffering tree. So we need to do more work. But the easiest way is to learn to preserve your culture and your identity. education assembly. The Minister of Education, if you will say, the candidates of education that say teacher for me, and they needed an upgrade. So don't call and how do we go about changing it? We decided that more university professors now, we are curriculum from home. Now we come out with a degree. We didn't stop there. They say candidates of education, instead of starting alone, they former universities now, public universities now, some professors now, what shades are candidates also? Not start a line there. So, what I'm in trouble because of Tiasia, make a cabinet teacher here, or Joe Putin. What Joe Putin? Or what don't Joe Putin? What Joe Putin is? We should think about it from the beginning. Language is an identity. Language is a way of life. Language is a culture. Language is a setting people. We should not miss language as a communication instrument, as an instruction instrument. They are two different things. Now, more process here than meet me acquire. It is very, very true. So, I don't know my own way. Say, Ghana, best say, what did I say? If you say, or can't say, we don't have a phone, and what radio is one. The whole substance one, while we are better now, or we got to radio phone. Okay, I said, oh yeah, we'll be a local be mine, some way to wise fear to play. Now, I need our chief, any power cheers in no more work was. But to make us make a company power was. It's important. So, answer the number of micro radio station. You should belong to a certain professional body. And that professional body should ensure. So what requires some training? Imagine, say, a professional hospital. No, we are going to doctor or hospital. Now, you can't be a doctor and you will be the second West hospital. And my family, in fact, we don't see a doctor. I can't get it. And I say, we are saying, I'm father, I want to be a lawyer. What do I say about Sutura and the Canada Rice Sutura? I'm a local court. And it doesn't happen with any profession in the world. And the journalists, the overall journalists, never concerned with someone can say, I'm not going to change here. You should make sure that you are well trained, at least in the basics. Yes, sir. Ghana and Nigeria. So say there are instruments in the country. I've never done an ever than said they had in the last 70 years. But ABC for medical purposes somewhere here. You have confronted the pain. You have been confronted with such a big challenge. Minister for Education, where Mussolini, who would have platforms to start the local language by. When free of money, the buying trade. And in our chip, and in Nigeria, they have started the same local language for 3 years on future. Because when this week, or in Nigeria, first black man on the Nobel Prize in Literature. Or see, he supports local language. But language of instruction was bad. Nigeria has over 200 languages. The best is English. It will allow us to become a united people and ensure national cohesion. So the struggle, we should not be competing. We should train more teachers in Chi, more teachers in Frafra, more teachers in Nagari, more teachers in Amara, more teachers in Infante. Now, to say example for who get teachers in me. Because of whom crisis here now, so they can't teach us. Open, Frafra, you know, here Frafra, one of the Ghanaian languages. We have Frafra teachers. No, you have to get behind the Frafra. But we should be evolving such that psychological public school. That's what we social Chia. You should have Chi instructor in the school. The about department, I mean, is your French. If I make contract class French name chief for the German food in our it is never done. It's yet not contact class as will be a Kakasa, if you are If I want to learn French, I call learn French, and another call French language laboratory. We should be having local language laboratories. That was school, it's a junior high school, it's a basic school. It's a person who share French, negotiate. It's a person who share German, negotiate. It's a person who share Hausa, negotiate. It's a person who share French, and then Chia, coming in which one? You can't share. They are coming, not Ghana. You have to say, only I say, maybe it's for your mission. So, we take that lesson. We take that lesson. Only about thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr.